What up? We're on Friday, starting the new video with the last moment from the last video. One of our client is taking back his 2 trucks from us starting next Monday. It looks like we underperformed for them. I ended up talking to the client and we decided that we are going to move those trucks to another dispatcher. It doesn't change the fact that we still have to improve on things, but that's better than it could have been. It's a new day, it's a new week, new challenges. Sup? How's it going?
Bună ziua!
Ce? What's up everyone? Welcome to the new Inside Kovin video series, and today we are going to start with Ken attempting to record some videos for you.
Attempting.
How's it going?
Not that bad.
You have any content for our subscribers? Any cheap loads? They like cheap loads.
Not this week.
Dan, how's it going? By the way, Dan had a truck in layover yesterday in Arizona. He said he had a monumental load for his driver and the driver did not want to take it. He had this load. He was in Phoenix, Arizona. The pickup was in Phoenix, Arizona.
4 drops in San Diego, 1 on the way to LA, and 1 in Chino.
Okay, so 1 peak, 6 drops?
Yes.
488 miles for how much money?
They were offering 26 or 27. I think we could get more, but he didn't want to do this.
Okay, so he refused just because it was a multi-drop?
I'm not sure if it was because of this, but he was nervous because of his delivery. He had some issues there, and
So it seems like he was just not in the best mood, and that's why he wanted to stay in a layover and rejected a $5 a mile load. Sick. That's sick. Max, what's the highest gross you have made this month with your drivers? Pick one driver and let me know what's the highest gross and the highest rate per mile. Let's do the highest rate per mile with a decent gross.
Highest rate per mile did Adil Khan with a 53-foot step deck with no tarps. All month, no tarps.
Okay, so first week he had 10,600 bucks, 321. Then the second week he had 10,900 bucks, 321. Third week he had 11,850 bucks, 372 per mile, and then last week 14,550 bucks, $5.12 rate per mile. It was a partial and it was an oversized load.
One oversized
Okay.
and one combination from Georgia to New York, 2 loads, 5,700.
Let's not give too many details. Who knows how many brokers are watching us. And then you had one more load for this Monday, 4,200 bucks, 352. And overall gross for this month is 52,100 bucks, driving about 14,000 miles with a $3.74 rate per mile. Max Moneymaker.
Well, I have more trucks that made over $50,000 this month. And I think this is because this month is a long month. We have 4 full weeks and then 2 more days for this week. So I think this is the reason why we were able to make more than 50,000 bucks gross per week.
This week I was looking through some charts and one of our clients was telling their dispatchers this. Guys, going forward, we're going to make it a company policy to where you're only allowed to book 1 pick, 2 drop loads at most on your own. If you want to book a load with more drops, you better have a very good reason why you'd want to mess with that and get an approval from your team manager. I really wanted to see what's his experience in regards to this message, and let's ask him together. Hello. What's up? I wanted to check with you what's that message about, the 1 pick multi-drop. Why not to book more drops without the team leader's approval? What's your experience with that?
Well, the biggest problem is dispatchers get trigger happy. They see the dollar sign and they don't always follow through on the consequences on the back end. How long it's truly taking taking to offload, and or broker may or may not give you like really full details. Like, oh yeah, it's a mom and pop place. You'll be in and out. They're not big warehouses or anything like that. But then yes, when you do get to these smaller mom and pop places, oftentimes they're like 8 to 12 or like 10 to 2 are their only operating hours. And you're so limited on these drops that in reality it's taking you like significantly longer to really complete them. When you're doing gross and your RPM, yeah, your RPM may look pretty, but when you really factor in the amount of days you spent and your actual gross for the week, it's very trashy.
Did you have that experience with the drive-in or the flatbed?
It really goes for both types of trailers. It's drive-in and flatbed. You think that it's a quick in and out, but again, by the time you get in there, by the time you wait for those 10 trucks in front of you, by the time you get your chains, your tarps, and then you gotta wait for somebody to escort you to the actual staging area where the crane is or whatever, and it's just taking so much time. And then you're stuck in traffic, and then there's a car accident. So yeah, that's why we kind of made it a company policy to where you can only book yourself at most one pick two drop. Anything over, you have to get team leaders approval.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, yeah, markets, it's obviously picked up. It looks pretty. It looks enticing, especially these multi-drops. You're like, oh man, I'm getting whatever, $4 or $5. But then when you're really factoring in the amount of time it took you and your true income, you're like...
Well, yeah, that's why what I always tell the dispatchers, that the time is the main asset. Time.
Time is money, man. Time is money.
Right. Good. Thanks a lot for your time. See you Monday. Say hello to our subscribers.
Hello to all the subscribers.
All right. See you Monday. I'll be in touch.
See you later.
See you. Bye. Alex, how's it going?
It's going.
Do you like my spot? This was my spot. We should film some videos with you. Bam. You look good. You look handsome. We'll cut it. Dean, how's it going, my man?
Not bad.
You're the second week. How many loads did you have the chance to book in your first week?
Today is third.
Today is the third. Okay, that's a good achievement, my man. By the way, Ken has some team drivers that has beaten the record. By the way, Ken has some team drivers that has beaten Max's record on the gross per month. They did $11,350 on the first week of March, then they did $16,400 on the second week of March, and then the third week was $16,000, and then the fourth week was $10,000.
On Wednesday, March 25th, they were broke one day, they went in the shop. That's the reason that week was only 10K.
So they were under making money because they were in the shop on the fourth week, and then yesterday from Minnesota to Missouri, and then today from Missouri to California, closing at $8,025, closing the month. And overall, they have grossed $61,775, driving about 19,535 miles with an average of $3.16 rate per mile. So I'm currently reading this Shane Parrish book, Clear Thinking, and I am at the chapter 2.1, which is called Self-Accountability. And I find it interesting that it aligns more and more with the idea that I was always telling the dispatchers to act more proactive instead of reactive, meaning that if something goes wrong, you do not start looking who's accountable for that, but you take the ownership and you take the control of the situation. So the main idea of this chapter is that whatever the hell happens, you are the one that owns the outcome, even if it's not your fault. When you start blaming someone like broker, shipper, receiver, or driver, it removes the control from the situation. Let's say, for example, it happens multiple times that the driver gets at a receiver and they are closed, or hours might differ from what the broker told you. The first question I am always always asking is, did you call the receiver to check with them whether will they unload you or wait, they will not at that time? Of course, there are a lot more that you can take control over. I even underlined a few sentences here that I liked, which is you can't control everything, but you can control your response. And another sentence that I underlined and I liked, and I think it perfectly aligns with the previous one, is there's one effective question to ask yourself before you act. Will this action make the future easier or harder? So before starting to argue with a broker or with a driver, just ask yourself that question. Will this action make my future easier or harder? I really recommend this book. I'm only at the beginning of it. I liked that idea. I wanted to share it with you guys. I hope you always will take the ownership of the situation in the future and stop blaming everyone. Start with yourself and ask yourself, what could I have done to prevent this or to make this easier? What's up? What's up, community? All about spot market. Ben, how are you?
Amazing.
How did you end up with your driver this week?
Very well, actually.
Show me some numbers. Show me the maps and the numbers. You had your driver starting in Detroit, Michigan this week. Show me what did you book from Detroit, Michigan on Monday.
From Detroit, Michigan to Chaparral, New Mexico, and this was for $6,400.
$6,400 from Erie, Michigan to New Mexico. When did he deliver this one?
He delivers on Wednesday.
Okay. What did you book from New Mexico on Wednesday? El Paso, Texas, going to Arlington, Texas. How much money for this one?
$1,400 just to get him out.
$1,400 for 631 miles. Well, that's more than $2 a mile. And on Wednesday?
From Summer, Texas to Clareville, Missouri, 669 miles for $2,000.
Okay, and you're taking care of this driver until next week? How is he doing? Is he doing fine or just on paper?
He's not doing bad, I would say.
Not bad doesn't mean he's doing fine. So do not relax, okay? Johnny.
I think I will save your number. This is your direct line?
Yeah, this is my direct line.
Okay. Yeah, I have all the information. Thanks for that.
He's not gonna call you back, man. He's not gonna call you back. Did you save his number?
Yes.
Are you really going to call him back? Did you really save his information?
If my driver will take this load, yes.
Liar. David. Kicking asses.
Yeah.
Okay, they did cut one driver from you this week,
Yes, one driver is gone this week.
and you're chilling this week.
Oh yeah, to my regret, yes.
Okay, good. When you covered all your trucks. Everything covered for today?
Yes.
15,000, so 1,500.
$1,500.
Oh, I thought 15,000.
Oh, come on.
13. Try 13.
I was able to convince
Hey, right here. Can you do at least 13?
No.
1250.
Split it with me.
Come on, man. Fight until the fucking end.
Them two people, them.
Okay, you're gonna miss a $2 a mile load. But you gotta keep pushing until the end. You have to learn how to act. Go home, watch some DiCaprio movies. You did it for the show, man. You lost it, but you at least did it for the show. Sorry. Good luck getting out of Idaho. Ken is doing a meeting, and we're going to assist again. Buenos días. В смысле? Meetings. The main topic of this meeting was that they had a note on the bill of lading saying that the product was damaged, and the main issue was that the driver did not send the pictures with the tarped load. The driver sent pictures before tarping, but did not send pictures with the tarped load. And the receiver was stating that the driver maybe tarped the load on the half of the way because the product was damaged. So yes, pictures are mandatory before tarping, after tarping. Yes, mandatory. I was scrolling the internet today and I came across this video of Neil deGrasse saying this.
Your cat is manipulating you with a fake language that it's specifically invented to control you, because adult cats in the wild almost never meow at each other. The meow is an evolutionary con job. When cats domesticated themselves thousands of years ago, they realized something fascinating. Humans respond obsessively to vocal cues. So over generations, they refined a sound perfectly tuned to hack the human brain. Studies show that the pitch and rhythm of a cat's meow often mimic the cry of a human baby, a frequency your brain is biologically programmed to find impossible to ignore. Every time your cat meows for food, attention, or affection, it's triggering the same neural circuits that make you rush to comfort a crying infant. You might think it's love or some kind of emotional bond, but it's actually strategic sound design. It's not a conversation, it's psychological sound engineering. Your cat has mastered the art of manipulation using nothing but frequency, timing, and your own biology. The precise sound and the perfect meow is nothing but a con to make you obey without a question.
So he's basically saying that from all the species of cats in the world, like from tigers, lions and stuff like that, the domesticated cats learned how to meow to manipulate people. And man, when I'm saying you have to change your voice when you're talking to a broker, I mean it. Even the cats learned how to meow to manipulate people, and you guys are telling me you cannot change your tone of voice to talk to a broker? That's definitely not a skill issue, that's laziness. And if you can't do it, start meowing to brokers. Maybe this will give you the results.